Oh, you're a dial-up modem from the 90s. Very good.
We're connecting.
Did they all sound the same? I was wondering this the other day. Did everybody sound identical or near enough identical?
Some sounded muffled. I know some would just sound like they were in a bin. They all started like that.
Can we do the whole news video like this, Tom?
Yeah,
Let's speak in dial-up.
Just think back in the day, if we started this YouTube malarkey back in like 1999, everyone would have had to have done that before joining us.
Yep, didn't
What a
exist.
time. News. A WWE star returns after a year-long absence. Brock Lesnar's Royal Rumble plans have been revealed. And we've got an update on the contract status of the Hardy Boys. More on that soon. Well, not my words, the words of the Neolithic Chinese explaining how they excavate water. And the words of Paul White, who made his return to the WWE last night, Adam Pacitti.
He certainly did. Returning on Raw in the main event, a six-man tag. Samoa Joe, Kevin Owens, Big Show taking on the AOP and Seth Rollins. Now, it's cool that the Big Show's back. I don't know how long it's going to last. Last time we saw him, he teamed up with the Bar for a little bit, right?
Briefly in the Bar.
Yeah, and that lasted, 3 or 4 weeks or something like that. I'm a bit sad about this, right? Not because I like the Big Show. I think he's got one of the nicest smiles in wrestling. I genuinely do really like him, and I think he serves a purpose still, even at almost 50 years of age. However, I wish this had happened like 2 weeks ago, because he didn't wrestle in 2019 once, and it was the first time in nearly 20 years that was the case. This should have happened 2 weeks ago. Are you happy to see him back?
Oh, I think it's great. I'm in the same way. I started saying I'm sad about this, but not for the same reason that you are. I'm sad about this because, he's probably now in the best shape he's ever been in, and now he's part-time. When he was full-time, he was just eating pizza and milk. And now he's like a unit. You see pictures of him on the gram in the gym. Jeebus, that man is built. And he had a great performance. I thought he was great. I thought he looked great.
I haven't watched the match yet. I saw the return. I saw him pop out. I popped.
Yeah.
I genuinely got a little bit excited by it. I don't know if it's necessary for him to be involved in this main event picture with Seth and the AOP. I hope it doesn't last long. I hope he just pops up here and there. I've got to stop saying pops. Pop all day. I hope he just crops up here and there just to put over younger talent now. That should be his role. You can imagine how big it would be for, I don't know, the likes of Aleister Black or Buddy Murphy or someone like that to be put over by the Big Show.
Yeah.
That would be really cool. That would still have meaning.
It still would. And if he's in a position where he still can wrestle a very limited schedule, then I think he's not a bad guy to have around. Yeah, good fun guy to knock around with. Good banter.
And he's got all the mainstream media connections now.
Yeah.
As well, he's doing various bits of TV all over the place.
Got to bear in mind that the Big Show is launching, I believe, imminently. So he's going to be on there to plug the whole sitcom, which is basically Full House with Big Show in.
I'm going to watch it. You're going to watch it? Live reactions, baby.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Canned laughter and live studio audience. Honey, I'm home. Crashes into a low standing wall. Executive producer. I can't wait. It's going to be so cornball. I am living for it. I'm also living for next week. He's back next week.
Oh, wonderful.
We're going to get him back next week. They're redoing the six-man tag. It's a six-man tag rematch next week.
Because they did a DQ.
Being billed as a fist fight. Which is new. Because aren't all...
No, closed fists aren't allowed.
Oh!
As much as we'd like to see more fisting in wrestling, I think this is, this is something different. This is something exciting.
Yeah, I'm
hopefully it's in the third hour, so it's past the watershed, because they can really get.
They can really properly fist there.
Pathetic.
Big Show wasn't the only big boy making an impact on Raw, as Brock Lesnar made his return with his plans for the Royal Rumble.
Opening up the show with Paul Heyman, it was revealed that Brock Lesnar is not going to have a WWE title match. He will not defend that title at the Royal Rumble. Instead, he will enter the Royal Rumble at number 1, despite being champion. And I can't quite get my head around this, Tom.
Okay.
I get what Paul Heyman was saying in the promo. He wants to prove his dominance. He wants to take everybody on. But I don't really think that's in fitting with Brock's character. Part of Brock's character has become the fact that he is a part-timer and he turns up for the money. I don't think he's got anything to prove. He's really, really hard. At the same time, I'm very, very happy that we're not going to get a thrown together WWE title match, because we've only got 3 weeks until the pay-per-view. That's fine by me, but there's part of me that thinks, despite the fact that he's champion, I'd rather not see him at that pay-per-view.
You rather him just not be there at all?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, that's interesting. I think that it's the whole thing. In terms of like the storyline wise, Brock Lesnar is like, there's nobody worthy of one-on-one match, so I'm going to face everybody and then all the others. And then when I win it, because the winner of the Rumble, I believe this year, can either challenge the WWE Champion, the Universal Champion, or the NXT Champion, because there'll be 10 of each. 10 Raw, 10 SmackDown, 10 NXT. So Lesnar, in theory, could say, I won the Rumble, I'm the WWE Champion already, so I'm going to challenge The Fiend. And I'll have both belts on both shoulders, looking like a big old undisputed champion once again. Maybe that's the modus operandi.
Yeah, it's still a stretch, isn't it? I'm not sure this makes the most sense.
I don't think it does. I think Brock Lesnar's having a fight above us as well, isn't he?
He certainly is.
He started the Rumble early.
That's Brock Lesnar, our cleaner, pushing the Henry the Hoover around right now. I don't know what we'll see here.
I do.
Okay, I don't think he's going to go the distance.
No, he's absolutely not going to go the distance, but I know what we'll see. Because I've sort of fantasy booked this on the podcast this morning.
Okay.
Cultaholic Wrestling News podcast every day. In your podcast feed, find it. It's there. Love you. Brock Lesnar out number 1. Cain Velasquez out number 2. And then they just eliminate each other.
Brilliant.
Crack on with the Rumble.
What? And then we get Kane versus Brock at WrestleMania for the title in a match that nobody wants to see. No wrestling fans want to see.
Whoa, whoa, Velasquez me.
Oh.
Kane and Brock have been fight. Congratulations to that young upstart YouTube channel, WWE. Seem to be making a lot of money off that content creating video channel, Adam, haven't they?
They certainly are. Tom Collahue, Daily DDT contributor, tweeting out a couple of days ago, looking at the average monthly figures, the WWE YouTube channel made more than $13 million for the company in 2019. A huge amount of money.
Yeah.
I'm going to dispute it straight away.
Really?
Yeah. So WWE, first of all, they don't release their earnings specifically from YouTube as part of their quarterly reports.
Okay.
So this is going to be an estimate, and I'm going to assume that this is an estimate based on data from Social Blade, which is wildly, wildly inaccurate. I can't explain how inaccurate it is. I look at our earnings on there and what the real earnings are, and I'm not going to get into our earnings, obviously, but they wildly differ from what Social Blade says. And WWE's will also. Social Blade doesn't take into account sort of the increased revenue from mid-rolls, etc., etc. And although a lot of WWE's YouTube content is short form, so you won't get those mid-rolls, they do upload longer stuff as well, and they utilize the mid-roll stuff. So I would expect that to be a third of what they're making. Take that with a pinch of salt as well.
So they're making more than 13 mil?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, right. You think about the number of staff that they've got working on their digital content team and just their YouTube team alone. There's going to be a lot of people there. It's going to be a big team, and if that's the earning before you take staffing into cost, they're going to definitely be making more than that. I would expect that to be a third of what they're making. I wouldn't be surprised if it was around 40 million from YouTube. It's a huge amount of money, but think about how big WWE's YouTube channel is and the sheer volume of content that they put out and the sheer number of hits that they achieve on there. They're one of the biggest YouTube channels in the world. And then you look at other YouTubers who are putting out like 1 or 2 videos a week, the super famous ones, right? They're making a similar number to that anyway. Like they're making a similar figure to that, and WWE put out 10, 20 times the videos of a lot of those people and amass significantly more hits also.
Wow.
So I don't know. As I say, I don't know the exact figure. The only people that do are going to be WWE. But I would expect it to be a lot more than that.
I'm keen to know, and it'll probably come out in time, how much money WWE is making off TikTok. And Giphy.
You joke about TikTok, but TikTok is growing incredibly quickly.
It's a huge thing. I'm too old for it.
They've got a good deal with TikTok. 100% they will do. They wouldn't just be signing up to that for no reason. They've Bunsen burner.
Martha dump truck in the flesh. Here comes the Cootie Squad.
Wasn't that a fun news story?
And finalima, the Hardy Boys. Here they are with their contracts. What will they do? Matthew and Jeffrey.
The Hardy Boys. Right.
Having a lovely time. Thanks for clues.
So we're going to give you an update on both Matt and Jeff right now.
We've got a raging clue on the future of Matt Hardy.
Matt Hardy's WWE contract expires on March the 1st, very, very soon. Which means if he decides not to re-sign with the company, he'll be free to wrestle for other companies on that date. And after that, he doesn't have to wait the 3 months. Any other company, I can't think who that could be.
Promotion.
Who that could be. But Jeff, the story's a little bit different here. His contract will not expire on March the 1st. It would have done had he not got into the legal troubles and the injury, etc., etc. So that will be extended, and we don't know the exact date of that, but totaled up it's going to be at least another 4 to 6 months.
So he's going to be in there a lot longer. I think that. Do you think Matt Hardy?
And he's still not back yet, so.
Do you reckon this will encourage Matt Hardy to stay a bit longer?
Maybe. I don't know. I think he's very, very frustrated. If his YouTube series and his tweets are anything to go by, I think he's very, very frustrated with his position in the company. He recently made a return to Raw, and he's just been beaten every time. I think he wants one more proper run, and I think AEW might actually be the place for that. I don't want to be the guy who goes, oh, AEW, but you can imagine, like, Matt, Jeff, and I know Jeff is going to take a little bit longer, but the likes of like bloody LAX or Young Bucks, there's some really great tag matches there that you could see.
The rumour and innuendo I heard is that Matt Hardy could easily turn up in AEW as the leader of the Dark Order.
Yeah, what, as sort of broken Matt? Yes!
Wonderful! That'd be alright.
I'd like that a lot, actually.
Give him something to do before Jeff gets there.
Yeah, he would be the best talker out of any of them by a mile. That would be really cool, wouldn't it?
That'd be good fun.
Oh!
Book it.
Oh!
Book
It's
it,
just
Dano.
a rumour, but oh! Yes.
Get over them. Get over there, Matthew. Go and do some nice things with them, and then Jeffrey will be along in a bit. Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. You can support us on Patreon by going to patreon.com/Cultaholic. Lastly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.